All right, and we are back. Peanut Gallery night number 2 of WrestleMania that happened like not even 10 minutes ago. This was unfucking believable. Every match was better than night number 1.
Yeah, absolutely.
We didn't even cover the Rhea Ripley match. You know why? Because it was kind of meh.
It was.
I'm giving it a lot of leeway because Becky Lynch was sick.
But it was never going to be the greatest women's match of all time.
Bayley and Iyo Sky was the match that people thought was not going to be the match. They took that and said, hold my beer, and knocked it out of the park.
Oh my God. That women's match was excellent.
Unbelievable. That might have been, other than Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair, that could have been the best WrestleMania match for the women I've ever seen.
Oh, absolutely.
It was
And then the storyline going into it, I mean, I know it was basic, but you know what? They executed really well.
It's Bayley and Iyo Sky.
Right.
But here's the thing. People doubted it.
Right.
This was the match that people were like, oh, this is the bathroom break match. They took that, said, hold my beer, and knocked it out of the park.
Different, right.
This, like I said, I'm not kidding. Go out of your way and watch this.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you know what we haven't talked about? We didn't talk about Sami Zayn Gunther night number 1.
That was an unbelievable match. That was awesome.
I think that was the best match of the night.
Of night 1.
Oh,
right,
absolutely.
Of night 1.
But again, we didn't talk about it because we talked about what was bad about night number 1 instead of what was good.
Well, because the problem is that compared to night number 1, compared to night number 2, night number 1 was kind of dog water. Yeah. Even then, it was not that bad of a show.
Right. Let's see. Let's talk about matches that were kind of dog water on night number 2. Well, the Philadelphia Street Fight was a big, gigantic.
It was a waste of time. I'll be honest. I did not like it.
Well, it was a gigantic spot fest for ECW crowds, which in my opinion is okay because that's what WWE is about.
If they switched the WrestleMania ladder match and the Philadelphia Street Fight, I would have not had a problem.
No, but there was a reason why they kept them on the nights that they were, is because obviously we got to talk about the World Heavyweight Championship.
The cash in. So Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins probably had the best match that those two had against each other. That match was awesome. And the cash in after CM Punk's interference was unbelievable. Damian Priest looked like $1 million. Drew McIntyre and the disdain towards CM Punk.
Yep.
And everything that's going on with the injury is already establishing a deeply rooted, hated rivalry.
For at least the next half a year.
Oh my God, they did that. Ooh.
Chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss. Perfect. I couldn't have booked that better.
No.
That was the most majestic thing as it relates to that situation.
I mean, you want to make things majestic again, you gotta watch some WrestleMania.
They nailed that on the fucking head.
I don't think they had an L the entire time.
No. They didn't.
There was not a single thing in either card, either night that was just like flat out like this sucked.
Now there were during the ladder match particularly, there were some production issues as it relates to the videos.
Well, yeah, but I'm not talking about I'm talking about booking decision L's.
Now I was gonna eat some crow as it relates to the audio because I made some tweets regarding that. That was not their fault. That was our television. For some reason had a meltdown. I don't know why. Let's talk about LA Knight and AJ Styles. Another match where people said, oh, it was going to be a nothing. 12 minutes and 25 seconds. They knocked that thing out of the park.
Oh, yeah. How long was the main event?
The main event was 33 minutes and 25 seconds.
Perfect timing.
It did not feel that long.
No.
I'm like, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I thought it was maybe 20 minutes, 33 minutes. That's when you know you have a banger, is that It doesn't feel as long. And now, I will harken back to Kazuchika Okada and Kenny Omega. Those matches never felt like they were an hour.
Right.
Ever. You know why? Because they were magic. You were involved in it. You wanted to see every second. And that's why it felt a lot less time because there was no plotting. There was no nonsense. Let's just talk about that main event. I can't believe it. I just can't believe it.
Oh, Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes.
He finished the story.
He finished the story. You couldn't have done it any better.
Nope.
Everything about this was perfect.
Yep.
The Bloodline had everything going for them.
Yep.
The interferences, the double finishers, the interferences with John Cena, The Undertaker, Jey Uso, people losing their minds. It was not just the match. It was the story.
Yeah.
Not just outside of it, but in the ring.
Yeah.
People were just there for it was the moments.
It was the moments.
When the weight belt with Mama Rose right there as Cody pinned Roman Reigns. 1, 2, 3. I mean, if this is the if this is the Paul Levesque era, then the Paul Levesque era is starting out.
That was a pin her around the world. It was a pin her around the world.
It was unbelievable. What a goddamn WrestleMania. I mean, as it relates to now, would you consider this being the official start of the Paul Levesque era?
Oh, absolutely.
Not anything before.
No.
The months beforehand.
Nope. Never was, because these were all done. Now, you got to watch the documentary on the making of WrestleMania 40. They had all of these matches done way long before the actual show itself.
They had to adjust a couple of things because of the CM Punk injury.
Right, but at the same time, they had 80% of the matches already set up by October.
Right.
So that was still firmly within the Vince McMahon era.
But then the documentary was like, let's blur the lines.
Yep.
And that was all Paul Levesque era.
And The Rock.
Yep. But they worked in conjunction with each other. They did everything here right. But let's talk. The one match that we're kind of missing, the United States Champion match with Iyo Speed. It wasn't KSI.
No,
it was Speed. I'm like, how the fuck did they get Speed in? It's crazy.
And also, if you don't know who Speed is, if you're older than 20, then you probably won't know. I mean, I don't even know who Speed is.
I know who Speed is. He's essentially what Logan Paul was circa 2016, 2017. I mean, it really was.
Yeah.
But that's just kind of where we are. I'm surprised they didn't get Mr. Beast in this shit.
Right. I mean, I'm sure.
I'm not sure where we would put him, but
we'll find a place to put Mr. Beast.
But man, they got Speed in there, and I think that was cool.
Yeah.
This WrestleMania was absolutely spectacular. Night number 2, by the way.
Oh, 2 thumbs up.
As it starts to the Paul Levesque era, you better keep this up because we saw some bangers throughout the entire between the McMahon essentially removing himself, releasing himself.
Yep. He pretty much saw himself out the door.
But the bar has been set with new champions. Yep. Fresh storylines and everything. People.
And we are going to have a draft before the end of the month.
Exactly. Just keep in mind, too, I didn't even think about that. The draft. The draft is happening. The tag team champions split, too. Yep. What's that going to happen? What's going to happen there? We have Awesome Truth and A-Town Down Under as the champions there. We have at least one fresh new women's champion. We have one fresh new secondary champion.
We have two
and
fresh.
Two. But not only that, but one of them changed hands twice with the World Heavyweight.
So anyways, I think we're pretty much done. Next week is going to be all the shows that happened this weekend that we didn't watch.
We're not watching all of them. We're covering 2.
No, we're covering all 3.
Oh, that's right. I keep forgetting about Sakura Genesis. So, yes, we're covering Stand and Deliver.
We're not going to do any of the other stuff. We're just going to cover those 3 shows.
Stand and Deliver.
Yep.
Sakura Genesis.
Yep.
And Supercard of Honor.
There we go.
So, if you guys enjoyed this absolute random discussion about everything, make sure to like, subscribe, follow, become a patron. If you become a patron, we will set everything up to watch the shows live, but there has to be a limit on that, and you will see that when you see that. So, if you want to see that, invite your friends, invite your family. We have a certain amount of money that we need to reach to get that thing, and we will say, hey, let's set up the show to watch it with all of the fans, and you want to watch that because we get drunk and stupid, and it's always so much fun.
Like we did right now?
Yes! If you want to see more of this and unnecessary banter, become a patron and share the Patreon, because that will get all of that. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment your favorite part of this WrestleMania, and as always, be
majestic.